This is the next update video. I'm sorry. And yeah, I'm really sorry that all my videos have been late lately. Because I still don't have the internet at home. That's the reason why. So, and I don't have enough data on my phone to do so. So, to do that, and the library has still been closed, and because of the virus, I don't want to go there and expose myself, because you're more likely to get the virus if you stay indoors a lot more without like windows open and stuff like that. So I wouldn't want to risk that. So, and other things, personal life. You can hear in this room, it's less echoey than my last video. It's because I got the carpet pad in. There's a few touch-ups it's needing for paint in a few spots, because there's paint bleed and whatnot, or piece in the closet, the paint, removing the tape, the painter's tape came up, so there's a few touch-ups of paint. So what's left in the room is the touch-ups with the paint, the carpet and trim. We're deciding if we want to put along the floor as well, but at least along the ceiling, and can move in. So yeah, so this wall here, the wall on that side and that side, is all white. The one behind the camera is purple, and that's the wall I'm going to put my bed against. So yeah, let's see, other than that, I'm still working on getting both of my letters for surgery. What's been going on with that is my therapist, because of this virus, she's working 2 jobs, like at the place where she works. She's doing 2 jobs there, and because they're short-staffed, so she's gotten the information she needed from the other therapist. She just has to send that to him and work on getting the letter as well written for me, which she just needs me to work on how I'm coping with everything a lot more, so I can, when I have my next appointment with her, I can just let her know how I'm doing, and how I'm coping with everything, so she can put that in with the letter as well. And the second therapist, he's just waiting for my first therapist, for her to send in from the records to him, so he can verify that what I'm reporting to him is accurate before he can get that letter finished written. And I'm trying to decide when to get the consultation set up for the surgery. That's going to be happening soon. It's just trying to figure out when to have that consultation, because that's something I need and it has to be done, because I need both letters and the consultation. Then once the letters are in and I have that consultation done, then they can work on getting the insurance pre-approved to see my coverage and everything and whatnot, how much I'd have to pay out of pocket, and if I have a fee, if they'll cover the whole thing, a part of it or none of it. They just have to work on that. So still working on that. Everything else in my personal life is doing good, so, which I've been thinking a lot about dating, but in relationships because I want to be in a relationship, have a partner, someone that's supportive. But if it goes sexual at any point, because a lot of relationships that happens eventually, I haven't been comfortable with that since sometime after the last time I had it. And right now, especially because the virus, you can actually get the virus through sex, COVID-19. And that just makes me more nervous about stuff like that, especially socially awkward because of my Asperger's, and it's just the whole thing. And also, what's been happening, hormone-wise, I can say, this could be part of it. I've been having so many spontaneous orgasms. I mean, so many. It's like 3 weeks on and off, almost every single day, spontaneous orgasms. This last week, towards the end, it kind of dropped. So that was just giving me some thoughts about surgery, because the aftercare for surgery, you can't think about sex. They don't want you to think about sex or having sexual activity with someone or by yourself until you get healed enough. Then the way they're saying 6 weeks after the surgery, then you can have sex, like light stuff. And I'm assuming, because I haven't had the consultation yet, but this is what I've heard from others and other surgeons and their informations and whatnot. And how is my spontaneous orgasms going to affect that? That's one thing I'm going to have to talk to my doctor about. That's on my mind. And when I have the consultation for surgery, because I don't want to stop having them, because if I can have spontaneous orgasms now, and orgasms in general, then after surgery we'll be able to. And that's a function of my body. If it doesn't happen, it will cause dysphorias if it's not female. And regarding the orgasms, to help with it, because how many I've been having, I kind of went on a splurge and got a bunch of toys. Yep, them kind of toys, and they help with it. And one toy I got has been actually helping with okay, the toy is the Oh My Bot 3.0 original, the original white one, music vibrator, where it has like 7 preset functions, then it has a music mode, then it has the app it can work with. And I've noticed the music mode has been helping the Kegel muscles and orgasms, and it's something I've been wanting for my body to happen for the very long time, which has happened a few times before. It's like I wanted to squirt. Early on in my transition, I was able to squirt once. And it took years and years and years to be able to do it again, back in 2015-ish. Then after that, I was having a hard time getting my body to do that function. And this toy actually helped me to start having that function again, helping it to happen more. Plus the Kegel muscles much stronger are helping with that. So sexually, the last time I used a different toy, but last time I was able to actually physically with my body, and this is all reacting female because the hormones are my body is female functioning now, at the best it's gonna get with what I'm taking now, because I'm taking bicalutamide 50 milligrams every day, the estrogen injections 0.4 ml every day, no, once a week, and 200 milligrams of progesterone at night. In the suppository route right before I go to bed every single day. And that's making my body react 100% female, the best it's going to get, because I can't be on any higher dosages, and I feel so much better taking what I'm taking now and the dosages. And the last time I used, the toy, I squirted 3 times. It's like I squirted, about a minute later, it's like about a certain amount of time later, and a certain amount of time later after that, it's like 3 times in a row, pretty much. And it was a legitimate actual squirts. Not coming, but squirting. They're 2 different things. Which squirting does have seminal fluid in it. And mixed with some other stuff that's not urine. So yeah, I was happy about that functioning female, because that reacts with my brain differently than if I do it male. Because if I do anything sexual with my body male, what happens is it causes a lot of dysphoria. But if I do everything female and it functions female and climaxing female and all that, it doesn't cause dysphoria. It actually helps mentally a lot. And I just wish I had a partner to actually help with that. But it is what it is. It will eventually happen. So, other than that, hormones are doing really great with my body. Except they're not really growing my breasts the way I've been wanting them to. Because I've been trying to get my breasts to 39 inches. Because how I lost all that weight, and it's affected my body. I gained, last I checked, up to back to 120. I've been trying to gain 4 pounds back. So I'm still having a hard time getting those 4 pounds back. And my waist is back up to 29. So that means my breasts should be 39, 10-inch difference. Because usually on average, women's breasts are 10-inch difference than their waist. And if you're lucky, your breasts will be bigger than a 10-inch difference, if you're one of those lucky few. So I broke down, bought a toy, where you can say it's a toy and you can say it's not a toy at the same time. Breast enhancement pumps. I didn't go and get the really expensive, like the Noogleberry is one, and the other one just slipped my mind. But there's 2 other ones that's really expensive. I just went and got more towards the cheaper end, not like really cheap. It was about $36 on Amazon. So, and I started that because you're supposed to, the way it works, you do it twice a day, anywhere from 15 minutes to 30. Don't go over 30. They say, the longer you do it, the better it works. But in my opinion, from my experience in the past with the homemade ones, don't do it. Use official ones and don't go over 30 minutes. Because I started last month on the 29th. So it's almost been 3 weeks since starting that. The first day I only did once. And the rest every day since, I've been doing twice a day. And it's actually been helping me with my mental state a little bit. Because I noticed the first week, my breasts if they say the first 8 weeks, it won't seem like your breasts are growing when the swelling goes down. And after that, it will start growing. But I noticed the first week it started doing some growing, and the second week a little bit of growing. And I'm still gonna keep up with it because the science behind it, you know, like when you have something surgically put on your skin and it stretches your skin out so they can have more skin for surgery later on, or like cupping and whatnot, keeping the skin just stretched out and everything stretched out. And the more and longer you keep it stretched out, the more your body's going to react to that and add more skin and whatnot. Because with that increased blood flow and, yeah, bring all those nutrients to the breasts, keeping it swelled up, it's going to help it. You have to do it long enough consistently. And in my experience in the past, it does work. You just have to be consistent. Because in the past, when I did homemade ones, when I was off the hormones, doing some herbal that was mixed with lotion on my breasts to help them grow. I used homemade breast enhancement pumps, and the left side ended up being bigger than the right side until I got officially back on the hormones, and that evened out, and got back to the size where they're at. Still 32 triple D, which I'm really happy at a 32 triple D. I'm just trying to get to full 32 triple D, so we'll see how it goes. And I've been really noticing different things with my body on the prescriptions I'm on now. My underarms, guess what? I haven't shaved them in over 2 months. I think it's been like 3 months or so. Every time I check, I haven't seen hairs at all. I haven't seen one single hair on either side of my underarms. So that's really good for me. And that hair I mentioned in my last video, from the pubic hair up to the belly button, how that was coming back. Well, quickly here, that hair has gone away. I had a hair that came back here that had no pigment in it or anything. It was just white. It went away. My leg hair is what I mentioned the last time. The finer and thinner. Yeah, it's finer and thinner, and hair's gone away. A lot of it. Where there's no pigment and whatnot, it's still decreasing hair. There's still some there, but still decreasing. And my body's still really sensitive, being on the progesterone 200 milligrams every day. My body's still really sensitive, especially sexually sensitive. And that's pretty much the changes that's been going on. So we'll see what else happens. And I've been noticing quickly here, my hips. I've been really, this part of my hips, like through here, it's been really noticeable, even though they haven't gone up in size. So yeah. So that's pretty much all the changes that's happened recently. And what's been going on. So, until my next video, comment, rate, and subscribe. And until my next video,